not what they seem to be. Things are not adding up to what I was led to believe. Listening to your heart is the key to not being deceived. It feels like I've been shaken awake. I'm not sure if I'm asleep, cause this reality is hard to take. It doesn't feel like it'll be okay. Am I living in a bad dream? I know deep down inside I'd rather bathe in the truth than run and hide. Waking up to the lies of what's been going on. The darkness turns to light and I can see what's right and wrong. Inside I'm on how I can carry on now that my old life's gone. It's great to be awake with the rising of the sun. It's hard to tell what's real anymore when I see what's going on outside my front door. But I can't close my eyes and pretend it's okay like I did before. The hardest part about waking up is refusing to shut your eyes and hitting that snooze button. You got to choose to go back to sleep or leave behind this comfort you don't need. You've got to reach deep down inside and raise your vibe if you're gonna survive. Waking up to the lies of what's been going on. The darkness turns to light and I can see what's right and wrong. Whose side I'm on, how I can carry on now that my old life's gone. It's great to be awake with the rising of the sun.
said there's a storm coming.
I know.
There was a nuclear war a few years from now. All this whole place, it's gone. Just gone.
I don't understand.
It was the machines.
It was the same choice.
Hello, everyone.
Yo!
We're motherfucking back. It's the
Let's
motherfucking
go.
EdgeStream, and we're back for another Tuesday night. Wow. Oh, no. We're so motherfreaking back. Okay. Yeah, sorry it was a little scuffed tonight. We were going through a lot of boomer tech in order to get my special guest on tonight. You've seen him before, but he's looking even more handsome. I think he's in a car or something. I don't know where.
Yeah,
you
we're
are.
doing a car stream today. I'm in the process of moving, so it's a little last minute, and there's shit going on.
Oh,
inside
yo! So I'm also in the process of moving.
Dude,
Oh,
no!
whoa! Imagine
No!
us both moving at the same time, and then in the future we have a way better studio for the EdgeStream in the future. Imagine that. Wow. Just think of the
There
possibilities.
may be some Easter eggs lurking.
yes. But I'm so glad to have you on. Scuffed Loyalist. He is so far in this world of content, he is an outsider. He has no social media that you need to know about for now. But he is here with me, and he loves chopping it up with me. So we'll do that for now.
Yeah, I try and keep it that way. It's nice.
Yeah, so it's good to see you tonight. And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about tonight. I've been dealing with a lot of bullshit right now. I'll just go solo screen for now to talk about the bullshit I've been dealing with. I've been living in this place right now where they've been cutting my internet. They cut my internet for 3 whole fucking days. And the week before that, they cut it for 2 whole days. Because they dug the internet lines out of the ground and they chopped them up. And, like, I was going in, like, almost starting fights with the construction workers. Like, this is such fucking
Based?
bullshit.
Let's go.
Like, giving angry calls and leaving angry messages to anybody I could. And then, at the end of the day, they put my internet lines over top because they dug up all my internet lines in the sidewalk because they're building a new apartment complex next to my house. But I'm leaving this fucking house because they want to demolish it, obviously. They want to demolish it to make it more of... They're probably going to invite more migrants to live on subsidized housing. I don't even know. It's fucking bullshit. But, yeah, the Jews cut my power lines in order to stop me from talking about them on my live streams. Tell that to everybody, okay? Yeah, that's... Call Stu Peters. Where is Stu Peters? Stu Peters Network. They need to get on this right now, okay? Because Edgy D is being cut out by Mossad, probably. I haven't confirmed it, but it's enough for the Stu Peters Network, at least, to take it up another notch, right?
Real.
Yeah. So, here I am. I got my internet back. They're putting the wires above everybody instead of below, where they're cutting it all up with their cranes and their shovels and shit. I hope that I come through fine, because I pay a lot of money for my fucking internet, and I'm getting really fucking pissed about this. But anyways, I'm gonna be in a new place next month, and it's gonna be fucking based. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be so sick. All right.
Sounds very exciting.
Yes. So I'm just about to find out that I have been muted the whole time, because I'm about to look at I'm about to look into the chat, and they're gonna tell you, Edgy, you've been muted the whole time. You're also late, and you're gay, and you're fucking retard. Let's see what all these faggots are saying. Let's fucking go. We have some slashes. I appreciate that. I have Gaiden Lay by one of my own mods. Ouch. No EdgeStream, no peace. Well, I'm glad, because I don't want any peace if I'm not live streaming. No, QuickDub is telling people to smash the down like button. No, only smash the up like button. That is so mean. That will really make me feel bad.
Oh, the algorithms!
No, the algorithm. No, just like my personal, like that would be very mean to me if I saw more dislikes. But if I knew that they were bad people that were disliking, then I'd be like, yes. That's just like 2 upvotes then, right? Edgy lives in a crack house, yes.
Real. Like, actually real.
Lee Stewie just said, I just downvoted. Okay. I'll put you on my list. I'll put you on my list. I don't even fucking care. My list, you don't even know what my list is, so, yeah.
The grocery shopping list?
Yeah. I mean, like, can I get a Lee Stewie, please? And then just the minimum wage workers just drawing blanks. I'm like, yeah, I don't know either.
Hey, I'm trying to make some beef stewie.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to do a stream here. Yeah. Oh, we have Dash Dash. I have a moderator in my YouTube chat named Dash Dash. I don't know how that happened. Who is doing the security for like my moderator status here? I don't know how this guy got moderator status. He doesn't even have a real name. It's just 2 dashes. He says, Edgy lives in a Sikh extremist house. And then he says, V Stewie. So he's sexually harassing Lee Stewie by exchanging Lee with V, obviously meaning vagina. Saying V Stewie? What the heck? That's fucking gross, man. You need to stop it. You need to stop sexually harassing women in my chat right now.
Instead of doing the Z like the Russians, we'll just put big V's, big white V's on all of our battle fucking armor.
Yes, we are fighting for V Stewie. Let's go. Yes. All right.
Diagolon has turned into Viagalon.
Viagalon. Our dicks are as hard as ever for the truth. But we're also live on Rumble. And the thing that's great about Rumble is you could donate to me on Rumble. And Rumble is a growing platform. It's very epic and awesome. I see a lot of people there right now. Matt Hatter, 69420, saying, good evening, bigots. And he's throwing some slashes. Wazzy over there. Nurzavader, Tarpsoff89. It's good to see you, Tarpsoff, buddy. Nicholas Larshay, my good bro. He's a fucking awesome Edgy D supporter. Love you, Nick. Cheers. Eskolky90. Okay, there's people with names that I can't even pronounce. And we're live on Odyssey too, where you could also donate. Trevor Canning is there, and he's throwing up some slashes. Good to see you, brother. If you go and comment on one of these lesser-known platforms, I'm more likely to see your comments. Though I look at YouTube the most. And definitely, if you donate anything, then I will read it, and I will pronounce it. It'll kind of change the direction of the stream, potentially, you know? And even if you just want to donate to...
You're very influenceable.
Yeah, I'm very influenceable. You could do it, like, whichever way the money goes, I will go. But no, either way, I will stay mostly on topic. So, either way, if you want to just donate to leave a tip, that would be very much appreciated too as well. And you could do that also on Entropy. I see a bunch of people on Entropy. Entropy is the easiest way. I've been getting the most donations there, so I really appreciate that. That's the place if you really want to go and make a tip. It's the best spot. I have Bright Wheel over there, throwing up some slashes. Trevor Canning, Snitter, PA, and Steve McKay. Really appreciate it. And yeah, throughout the stream, if you want to donate, those are the places you can do it. It's very easy. I very much appreciate it, and you could steer the conversation a little bit. So, I'm not going to mention that again, and
There
we're
you
going to
go.
get into the fucking stream. Let's fucking go.
All right, well, what do we got first?
Some security company is modding Edgy's channel. No. I don't think the Sikhs have gotten into Edgy's moderation team. Don't worry. We are very anti-Sikh over here at Edgy TV. They're not getting it. They're not fucking getting it. Oh, whoa. We already have a super chat, I believe. Number one, Pooh Head is saying, play Helen Keller. Okay, well, so you all know me. I have this famous song called Helen Keller, the Helen Keller love song. I'm not going to play it right now because we got a stream to do.
You gotta buy tickets to your show.
Yeah. But we'll play that on the break now that you donated that. So that will be the break song. I appreciate the donation, and we'll use that as the break song. Thank you.
I didn't
very
even
much.
realize that was a donation.
Yeah. You gotta
I'm
give
like,
at least.
you gotta pay to see it, motherfucker. It's like,
No, he paid, but he only paid $3. So you have to put it into perspective, right? Like, if he paid like $20, we'd be playing it right now.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, right?
A duet.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd all be going Helen Keller right now if that were the case, right?
If someone donates the funny number in the chat, you don't want to know what I'll take off.
Whoa, what is the funny number?
Whoa. Okay, walk it back. Okay.
Okay, so oh, whoa! We have another super chat. Oh no! Okay, we have to pull this up because he literally just matched our bluff. Over here on Entropy. Can you see this? Can you see it, Scuffed?
Kinda. I'm realizing that it's getting dark and I'm in the car, so this is gonna get kind of schizo.
So you gotta look closely. So he said, play Helen Keller, and he gave $3 USD. And I was like, and then I said what I said. And then he gave $20 USD saying, calling your motherfucking bluff. So we gotta play Helen Keller. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I know you wanted to see a stream, but now you have to see some epic comedy because he paid for it. I don't know what else to say. We're playing the song.
Alrighty.
Okay, we'll be right back.
This song is about a girl, a special girl that some of you may know. You know, some people say that love is blind, and I tend to agree. You were the girl who messed with my mind, yeah, the girl of my fantasy. Alone in the world and one of a kind, but oh baby, why can't
Hold on. I want to get it in full screen. There we go.
This song is about a girl, a special girl that some of you may know. You know, some people say that love is blind, and I tend to agree. You were the girl who messed with my mind, yeah, the girl of my fantasy. Alone in the world and one of a kind, but oh baby, why can't you see that I'm not dumb when I say you're the one that is right for me. So let's have some fun, I wanna make you calm. Come Helen Keller, let's make history. Oh Helen, I don't give a damn if you can't hear or see. Just follow my lead and get down on your knees.
My Helen Keller.
Oh my pretty baby Helen Keller. Oh, you make me crazy Helen Keller. Such a lovely lady Helen Keller. Won't you be my baby Helen Keller?
My Helen Keller.
Won't you have my baby's Helen Keller? Come and taste my gravy Helen Keller. Don't you say baby Helen Keller. Use your hands to trace me Helen Keller. I'll show you where your body can do. Spread your legs and let me come through. I bet you didn't see me coming, babe. So willing to learn with the passion that burns. First step on woman with a bachelor's degree.
Smart girl.
That title you've earned,
Yeah.
and now it's your turn to learn a little something from me. Water on your hands, and now you understand what's coming out from inside of me.
What is that?
That's love from a man who does what he can to make his Helen body lip and scream. Well, I don't give a damn about your bachelor's degree. Stop feeling that braille and start feeling this need.
My Helen Keller.
Ooh, I know you like it, Helen Keller. Don't you try to fight it, Helen Keller. Oh, no, please don't fight it, Helen Keller. Ooh, yeah, you're the nicest Helen Keller. Now take it away, Helen. Great job, Helen. Oh, my Helen Keller. I love you, Helen.
What's up, brother? It seems like it's
Yo,
like, did it just get dark in the last?
I was
fucking
gonna
five-
say I'm blackface over here. Booga.
What the? I was just getting videos of little babies dancing out to my Helen Keller, and I don't even know what to do about it. I don't even know what to say. I just feel so empowered by, just people of all generations just doing the Helen Keller, getting so fucking nonsensical, because you don't have any senses if you're Helen Keller, right? Are you still there, Scuffed?
I am. I'm still here. I figure I might come in a little bit better if I'm just audio.
Okay, no worries, no worries. That's cool. That's cool. Um, I don't know. Can you figure out to get like a funny profile picture instead of just scuffed?
Yeah, I can work on it if
Yeah,
you
work on it.
entertain these fine people.
Yeah, work on it, and I'll start the show. So I'll see what people are saying in the chat just before we get into shit. What's up, Edgy? Good to see you on Rumble. Thanks for coming out and commenting on Rumble, buddy. And where are we? We still have. Where's my entropy? Fuck. Okay, sorry. I lost my entropy. I'll just get my entropy back quick here. There we go. I'm back on entropy. And Ram3 is saying he can't hear you because it's too dark. So he's trolling you a little bit. Alright. It's time we got into the content of this show. Alright. So do you want to talk about XRP at first? What are you saying?
Well, I mean, I can we can touch on that quick. I don't know if I can. I'm on my phone. I don't know how to like change the thing unless
okay. Don't worry about dealing with your profile picture or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's get into the XRP.
Yeah. So you're an XRP respecter, right? You're a Ripple. You're a Ripple shareholder. But are you literally a shareholder? Because what is Ripple even? Because the new SEC case, Gary Gensler, the head of the Fed, what happened? Can you explain a little bit? I know a lot of people made some money off this. I know Ferryman made a bunch of money. I saw him on Twitter, like, gloating over the fact that they came to the ruling in this case, saying that what exactly is XRP? Is it a commodity? What is going on here?
Yeah, so basically there's been for a good few years now a case between the SEC, which is the Securities Exchange Commission in the United States, which is tasked with basically providing like regulatory oversight for consumers, meaning like, and forgive me anyone that's in the audience, I'm not an expert in this stuff, but anyway, think to like kind of Wolf of Wall Street stuff, and like people getting kind of rinsed from sketchy fucking Wall Street guys. Obviously there's a need for something like the regulatory commission. Now anyway,
Big, like penny stocks, and then you do whatever you want with penny stocks, and then like you could have a Jordan Belfort just mogging any of your boomer grandparents, fleecing them of your savings, right?
For sure, and like there's a million shit coins which are like basically the crypto parallel, right?
And you could fleece Zoomer retards out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So essentially, to get back to XRP, like what it comes down to is the SEC is looking to come to a conclusion on a regulatory framework to apply to the crypto industry. Obviously, it's a pretty convoluted and novel sort of area here. So there's been a big issue between whether or not a lot of these cryptos are securities or commodities. Now, again, I'm not an expert, but what it boils down to is like a security is like essentially like a stock, right? So what the SEC is trying to argue is that essentially like a lot of these crypto companies that aren't Bitcoin specifically are like selling essentially like stocks of their company instead of like a token that's an asset as a commodity,
Yeah,
right?
it's like token as an asset versus some kind of securities that are like a stock of a company, and that's
Yeah, like commodities. And I mean, honestly, it gets really into the weeds. Like I can't even explain it like, perfectly, let alone like people understand. So anyway, it comes down to this, where Bitcoin is the only crypto that's gotten like a mild amount of regulatory clarity from the SEC. It's the only crypto that's classified as a commodity, and the entire rest of the sector, the entire rest of the industry is under question for being securities because they are from a more centralized entity, like a lot of Ethereum and whatnot. Not that they're exactly centralized, but different tokens have different tokenomics to them. Some are more or less centralized. So anyway, Bitcoin, only one considered a commodity until now, where the SEC or the Judge Torres, I think it was her name, just decided that XRP is a commodity and not a security. This is huge for the industry because what happens now is XRP will set a precedent, sort of, where the SEC is going to think twice about coming after a lot of these other altcoins, based on the ruling with XRP. So again, I'm not saying this for certain. I'm not an expert, but with the Bitcoin halving and everything coming, it's looking like this XRP victory will be a catalyst for the industry moving forward, because regulatory clarity is on the horizon.
Like the cryptocurrency industry moving forward. And you're saying that Bitcoin is the one that has been given all the grace by the rest of the regulatory powers, right? And
for the most part.
Yeah, and it's kind of opening a door to these other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, and they're getting more clarity in their regulation now. At least for now.
So yeah, and I don't really want to get into the weeds. This is probably a little bit beyond the show, but Ethereum was the for lack of a better word, like the suspect agent, like the bad actor of the bunch, where Gensler and how Nancy Pelosi and all these congressmen, all these fucktards have their insider trading and this side of the other, right?
Yeah.
So Ethereum has been argued to be somewhat of a bad actor in this, is Gensler, and a lot of these big money dudes have ties to Ethereum specifically. I don't really want to get too into that, but
who is Gary Gensler?
Yeah, let's get into who Gary Gensler is. I think
Gary
Gensler,
he's the U.S. securities regulator. Okay, fuck off. U.S. securities regulator disappointed with the defeat. Fuck off. With the defeat. Oh, hold on. Okay, I think I've defeated the ad block. I've defeated the ad block on the site. So this is U.S. securities regulator disappointed with defeat over Ripple's XRP. So the U.S. securities regulator is Gary Gensler. Can you at least give us a debriefing on who this guy is?
Well, he was an MIT. I think it was MIT. He used to be a professor at MIT. And again, to everyone in the audience, I don't have notes on me, and this is all off the top of my very scuffed fucking dome. But he used to be a professor at MIT, where he used to be like a lecturer for, like, he taught a class on crypto. And interestingly enough, in the past, he's made very interesting comments about Ethereum and XRP not being a security and this, that, and the other. So, yeah, like the story goes pretty deep with him, all the way back to his years at MIT as a professor. I think you've got some references.
So when it comes to Gary Gensler, what do you think his effects on Ethereum are? Like, do you think he's trying to shut down like cryptocurrency so that people can't use it? What do you think his effect is? Just quickly.
For to put it simply, I think the concept here is that he was trying to create a environment where where Ethereum would get the regulatory clearance before anything else to give it the first mover advantage for the altcoins. To get into exactly, you know, like what that is and all that, I think is a bit beyond the show. But
So is he pro Ethereum? Are we getting scuffed by Gary Gensler?
yeah, like Gary's been pretty yeah, like it basically, like, it comes down to a lot of the big money and the shady money, you know, is in Ethereum. Not that I'm totally against Ethereum, but there's a lot of, you know, kind of sketchy stuff that goes on with Ethereum.
But they have been allowed as a new, like, basically the next Bitcoin.
I mean, yeah,
they're allowed. They're allowed in the same category. So, what I'm trying to ask is, have they opened up cryptocurrency to allow Bitcoin and now XRP?
Well, sorry, I don't know exactly what you're asking.
So, what exactly is the benefit of this for anybody, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's a good question.
Bitcoin has been like a somewhat of an asset, right? But now XRP has been made an asset instead of a security.
No, it's been declared a commodity instead of a security. So an asset could simultaneously be a security and a commodity. A security is, like, in a roundabout, like, complex way, saying it's like, oh, like an offering for, oh man, the chat's gonna, like, roast me. Like, it's more of like buying a stock, like buying apart an offering of the company, whereas like a commodity is just like oil can be a commodity, like resources in general are like tangible commodities, whereas, like, as far as I can understand, like, securities are more just like a tokenized, like, representation.
So should people get into XRP too, as well as Bitcoin? Should people get into XRP?
That is a good question. To be honest, like, it's very kind of unclear what's about to happen. And I mean, I wouldn't suggest that anyone get into it just for the sake of, like, oh, like, it's gonna pump or something like that. What I would say instead is to, like, really start to look at the economy in America regarding, you know, like, the interest rates. Like, they're literally trying to drive the country off a cliff. Like, very literally, they are trying to break the economy by raising the interest rate. So to get back to XRP, if you're interested in it, what I would do is look at the Fed Now program, which is going to actually roll out in, I think, 2 days from now. And, you know, to be honest, I can't even really explain the intricacies of the Fed Now program yet. It's a bit convoluted, and there's a multi-stage process that they're doing. But essentially, like, in layman's terms, it is the beginning of the World Economic Forum globalist type CBDC agenda, which everybody, you know, the fucking freedom boomer. I have not heard the end of it from these people about this stuff, and I'm surprised that a lot of people aren't as familiar with XRP. To get back to the point, now that they've won and they've got the regulatory clarity, every single central bank around the world is now greenlit to use Ripple and the XRP ledger as a liquidity. It's hard to explain this on stream. Essentially, if banks across the world are trying to move to a central bank digital currency for their own nation, there has to be,
like China has done,
global currency to work as an intermediary, as a liquidity fund, right? To settle international transactions. Now,
there has to be an international, like, currency that transcends all that. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I have that 2-minute video. I think that would be perfect to play for the
Do
fucking
you want to send it to me?
yeah. I'll send it to you right now. I think it'd be a good one to kind of explain. Here, I'll send it in I send it in Signal if that's does that work
Yeah,
best?
that's fine. Signal is the dopest platform.
I fucking love Signal. It worked pretty good in the past for
Why do I hold XRP?
other organizations, but there you go.
Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead
So this will give some context.
Okay.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Master Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan?
No!
Wow.
What happened there?
Well, so
Well,
I think
did
that-
Ripple, was that just a video that just indoctrinated us all, or is Ripple actually like mogging us all?
So
'Cause I don't
yeah,
know. I bow down to Ripple. I bow
that would
down to
probably be a little
Ripple.
bit of
Please
a
don't
good
hurt me,
video.
Ripple. Please don't hurt me. I got my head down. Please don't fucking hurt me, okay?
So I'll be honest.
Go ahead, please. Make them not kill me.
So this is kind of a bittersweet victory. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I'm not an expert, but like if I was to say anything about what's going on, like it's like happening now. Like
I'm
the
about peace,
fucking
peace,
economic
peace.
reset, the CBDCs, all that. This is what Ripple is. Ripple is the
Peace,
fucking
peace.
catalyst for the CBDC stuff. So we'll see what happens, but it looks like as a whole, and you know, I think we should get off crypto soon, but like as a whole, like fucking, you guys got to see what's going on. BlackRock opening the first Bitcoin ETF, Ripple winning the lawsuit. Like they're gonna use crypto to fool the goy. And
Okay,
like,
so what
you
should
know,
I do? What should I do? What should I invest in? Should I invest everything, my life savings, into Ripple? I want to make money. I'm just a silly goy. I need to make all the money I can because what else can I
what
do?
you should do? What you should do is
What should I
spend
do?
all your
What should I
money
do?
on some fucking elite limited edition Jordans and Elon Musk's flamethrower, and like maybe
Yes.
in like 10 years, bro, they'll like appreciate as rare items, and
Yeah.
and you'll be set.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you
Just,
have
dude, just put it all on a doggle coin.
doggle coin. I might as well just invest all my life savings into nigger coin. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that advice.
Fuck.
All right. Well, we'll get into the next topic. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Now we're on the 2-shot screen. Let's go. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So, Pierre Poilievre. He takes some
Yeah.
pictures with some people who have some very controversial shirts. So let's check out what happened here. Oh no. You wouldn't believe what kind of shirt this guy had. It says, "Thank a straight person for your existence." And then below that, it says "straight pride." And then I can't even believe that Pierre Poilievre and his wife would agree to taking a picture with this absolute scumbag. Like, what a piece of shit. Saying that a man and a woman create a child with childbearing. That's science. And science is not okay with the liberal agenda when it comes to being gay and sucking cocks and taking in the ass. It's just not the same thing, you know. And there you have it.
I'm so lost and jarred. I'm just like, what?
No, this is a huge media story. I don't like. I'm making a bunch of jokes right now, but this is a huge media story. The fact that Pierre Poilievre took a picture with this guy with that shirt that you could barely even see what it says. That is mainstream. The top of all the news stories.
Yeah, the manufactured outrage is pretty fucking silly.
It's fucking
I
crazy.
would not put it like I would not blame someone for like that. Like the shirt doesn't seem like glaringly offensive off first glance. Like I could see someone kind of just not noticing that.
Yeah.
I guess if you're fucking little pee and you're worried about your optics and whatnot, though, you'd imagine like you'd catch that, but
It's so disgusting that they're concerned about that. However, in the CBC article that they have about them, I can't even believe what they wrote about him himself. Hold on one second. Okay, here we are. Pierre Poilievre's adoptive father is gay.
ouch.
Ouch! Oh my god.
Imagine your father being so absent in your life that a gay man had to raise him. Oh,
We're
man.
getting into black territories at this point. But oh my god. Like, your adoptive father, you had a gay man adopt you. So what? You're literally admitting that you were an adopted child. So we don't even know what genetic stock you came from.
Yeah, that's you're
Where did you come
disqualified
from,
running now.
Pierre?
You're
Where did you
disqualified.
come from? I want to know your genetic history.
We need Bernier or someone to fucking go on like Trump did about
Yeah.
Obama's birth records.
Yeah, birth certificate. Birth
Where are you
certificate.
from?
Let's see that DNA. I want to know where you came from, Pierre. I want to know who your daddy is. Who your daddy's daddy is. Because if you are not retarded, you know that genetics and environment, it's about like a 40, 50, 60% split between each thing. You know, there's genetic heritability, and then there's environment.
Mm-hmm.
And those things are about 50-50. So I want to know where Pierre Poilievre came from.
Yeah, well,
We need
yeah,
to
I
know
imagine...
the origin of his nut. In order to know if this is even like a person that we need to take any information from. Because, like, he could just be the biggest piece of shit and we don't even know. Because we don't know where his nut comes from.
I'm trying to think of someone. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
His father is gay. When compromising his shadow cabinet in Parliament, Poilievre picked a lesbian and a gay man for 2 prominent positions. So that's 2 more strikes on top of him being a test tube baby. Poilievre wished the LGBT community a happy Pride Month in June. So he's even more for like the derangement of children's genitals, because the LGBTQ community wants to fuck up kids' genitals, and they call it gender affirming care. No, it's not. It's fucking up people's genitals. It's absolutely sick, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. So, yeah, it just gets worse and worse. And he supports the Ugandan laws, where Uganda says that they will execute sodomites. However, when it comes to people who are getting convicted of sodomy in African countries, usually it's because they're raping children. And people don't want to talk about that. They think that, like, oh, Uganda has a new sodomy law. But usually it's only just applied to people who are raping children. And that's amazing if they're doing that, and if they're putting those people to death. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, you gotta imagine too, right? Where, I'm not saying every individual gay person is a degenerate, but when you get into a place, like Uganda or a third world country where the rule of law isn't upheld as much, people that have these depraved and debaucherous like fantasies and social behaviors operate with impunity. So, because their social culture is so vastly different, the only way for them to actually keep their people like that's literally basically the only thing they have at their disposal. Be like, well, we'll fucking kill you then.
Right. Okay, so hold on. I'm just going to check what people are saying, but I think that's a perfect segue to go and do my newest movie review. So we'll see what people are saying in the chat. All right. Did I miss any super chats? No. All right. So I'm going to play the trailer for Sound of Freedom, and then I'm going to do my movie review about Sound of Freedom after that, okay?
All right.
So let's fucking go. And I'm not going to watch this, so I'm going to go take a piss. But I'll be right back.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom. good.
You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Sweet land of liberty.
Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
And where my fathers died.
And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
Land of the Pilgrim's
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring.
South of that river is all rebel territory. No one goes in. What if this was your daughter? So, she's gone.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
Yo, let's fucking go. God's children are no longer for sale.
I've seen everyone talking about this, and I have not even looked at the trailer and knew what it was about until right there. And I gotta say, that looks pretty fucking good.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it on this screen that we have right now, just so that people know what we're talking about when we're talking about this, because we're gonna be talking about some pretty fucked up shit, right? So I want people to see on the right side of the screen. We're talking about the Sound of Freedom. Okay?
Yeah.
So I watched this movie over the course of last night and today, and I had heard a lot about it before. And now, I will have to say, this was a good movie. It was a very well done movie, and I hope that it sets a precedent overall for movies in the future to be able to tackle these kinds of topics. And the thing is that what movie have you ever watched that you ever liked has ever talked about child trafficking rings? Is there a single movie that you could even think of?
No, and anytime anything like that's ever like touched on, for like disregarding the pun, like, I feel like it's definitely like obviously from a bias that is not like trying to expose it for what it is.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely like some movies. I think there was Spotlight where it was discovering the child sex abuse that was going on within the Catholic Church. But I think it was overblown to a point where it was overblowing. It was the overblowing the effect of what was like the actual situation.
Yeah.
To seem like it was something. To seem like it was something above what was the per capita of like religious institutions versus crime institutions versus just people who are like going about their daily lives in public schools or anything else. And they were scapegoating Christianity with this movie like Spotlight.
Exactly.
And that's a Jewish Hollywood movie that was doing that.
Yeah,
So,
exactly the point.
So what you have here is you have, it's not a movie like Spotlight, which won Academy Awards. This is a movie called, what was it fucking called again? I'm fucking drawing a blank on the movie I just watched.
Sound of Freedom.
Oh, Sound of Freedom, yes. Sound
It's
of Freedom.
on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no!
Yeah, Sound of Freedom. It's been getting very bad reviews from a lot of critics, including from the Rolling Stone. Do you want to see what the Rolling Stone has to say about it?
Oh, well, like, I'm not surprised. Quit your kvetching. Quit your kvetching, Rolling Stone.
All right. Well, this is what they have to say about it. I saved their review about it. You'll see it here, and it's pretty disgusting, some of the things they say about it. Hold on 1 second. The Sound of Freedom lives up to the anticipation. It's a stomach-turning experience, fetishizing the torture of child victims and lingering over lush preludes to their sexual abuse. At times had the uncomfortable sense that I might be arrested myself just for sitting through it. What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? Nonetheless, the mostly white-haired audience around me could be relied on to gasp, moan in pity, mutter condemnations, applaud and bellow amen at moments of righteous fury, as when Ballard declares that God's children are not for sale. They were entranced by what they clearly took for a searing expose. Not even the occasionally nasty coughing fit, and we had no shortage of those, could break the spell. So if you're pissed off about the child trafficking in the movie, that was a spell that was put upon you. I don't know what this guy is even trying to say, man.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Who wrote this?
This is in the Rolling Stone. This is a Rolling Stone review of this movie saying that he felt like it might be illegal that he was watching this movie.
Yeah. Very hyperbolic. Shut the fuck up.
Very hyperbolic. Like, what do you have to hide? You felt like it was illegal? Were you getting titillated? You fucking faggot pedophile. What a fucking disgusting review. And look at Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms.
What the fuck? Yeah, who's the author? What's the name of the author?
Miles Klee. I don't know.
Okay. The what's it called?
Yeah, that's fucking disgusting. Like, you think that and this is what Rolling Stone had to say about Cuties. Do you remember Cuties?
Yeah.
The movie where they zoomed in on children twerking and thought it was like a coming of age movie. Well, Rolling Stone definitely thought that Cuties was a coming of age movie caught in the culture wars. But what did they think about Sound of Freedom? It's a superhero movie for dads with brainworms. The movie about child trafficking? No. You have brainworms if you think that has any semblance to reality. But you like Cuties, right? The movie where it literally zooms in on 13-year-old kids twerking.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah,
You fucking Jewish
it's
pedophiles are disgusting.
yeah, definitely. Let's just cut to the chase here. Did they name the Jew in the movie or no?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No. So I would say that the film is overall it's pretty good.
It's
one of those-
not a whodunit?
It's one of those films. I would say that it's great because it portrays how law enforcement, if they're trying to tackle the subject of child pornography and child trafficking, then you need to have one person who's in there and who's actually like looking at all that shit. So you need to have somebody who is literally looking at child pornography in order to figure out how to go about busting these fucking scumbags. And I feel like this movie really encapsulated what that feels like for this guy.
Really, eh? So it's like from the perspective of an agent?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Hold on, I have the movie propped up, and I could prop it up any second here. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some clips from the movie, but I'm gonna use it in a way that is fair use. So, if anybody wants to fuck with me and say that I'm not using anything properly, don't worry about it. Here we go. Okay, so this is gonna be the most comprehensive movie review. So one of the biggest things about this movie is that you have Jim Casaviglia, or whatever his fucking name is, and he is Jesus from Passion of the Christ, right? So we have literally Jesus playing the guy who's saving the kids. But this guy, Jim Castaviles, or whatever his name is, who's playing Tim Ballard, who is the FBI agent that is saving the kids. And this is based on a true story. This Tim Ballard guy is saving all the kids from Colombia or whatever. Yes. It just has multiple levels of disconnect from what we're dealing with right here, right now, though.
There's a high probability that most of those kids are outside of the U.S., Chris. So, our job is to get the pedophiles. And that's it. It's a messed up world, right?
Have you ever seen the movie Drive? Scuff?
Sorry, I was muted. No, no, I know what movie you're talking about, though.
Yeah, Scuffed. So, I feel like within this movie, this guy, Jim Castavilas, or whatever his name is, he's playing the guy who tries to save all the little girls and boys from the pedophiles. He has the kind of character that is just like Ryan Gosling in Drive. Where it's just like, right, where it's just like he gives no characteristics about his own personality. And all that you know is that he is like destined to his situation or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But in this movie, all he cares about is saving these fucking kids. So
that is a
yeah,
sorry, go on.
yeah, it's a pretty crazy movie in that sense, where it's just like all this guy cares about is saving these fucking kids. And it gets to the point, so like there's these two kids that get kidnapped by one of these operations, and then he starts to talk to the parent, the one parent that had two of his kids kidnapped by one of these operations, right? And then he just gets so into wanting to save these two children. So throughout this movie, he ends up saving 54 children in one scoop. But he didn't find the one child that he was trying to find, which was the sister to the brother that he already found.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those situations where it's like he saved 54 children, but now he needs to save that one specific one.
I see.
Right. So it's so trippy in the sense that, like, when you think about it, what he is going for doesn't even really matter, in the sense that he's going to kill himself potentially and kill others trying to go for this obsessive situation where he saves this one girl. And then he ends up doing in the end, right? He ends up ripping through the Colombian jungle and then getting through on the boat back to where he's supposed to go while he's getting shot down. But he survives it all and he gets to his safety zone. But that's not usually what happens in real life. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I will say, yes. So I understand that when you're talking about child trafficking, it's probably mostly in third world countries, like Colombia. And Colombia is the main country where all this child trafficking is happening in this movie. It starts off with this guy, Tim Ballard. So Tim Ballard is the real life FBI guy that they base this movie off of. And that's why this movie is so controversial, because it's based on a real story. And then Jim Caviezel, who is the guy who played the Passion of the Christ, Jesus Christ, in that Mel Gibson movie many years ago. And this guy, Jim Caviezel, he's an actor, and he really cares about this kind of stuff. And now people are accusing him of being like a QAnon kind of actor adjacent person who is accusing everybody of pedophilia and whatnot. However, he is the lead actor in this movie, and this movie has broken box office records. It's actually beaten Indiana Jones. The new Indiana Jones movie has lost to the supposed QAnon movie that Rolling Stone is saying is a QAnon movie. This is a pretty insane situation that we're going through here.
Yeah, I think that sort of draws a parallel to how the legacy media is like dead, and more people literally watch Joe Rogan on podcast form than people do like fucking Fox or MSNBC or whatever. So it's like it's translating to different forms of media, it seems, where, you know, now even at the box office, Indiana Jones getting beat out by, you know, content people want to fucking see, like just like comedians right now. Like comedy seems to be getting big again because like people were shit. Now the people that are saying the real shit are like getting the traction.
And even Sound of Freedom is beating out all these other movies. And Sound of Freedom is being scapegoated as being like a QAnon movie, which is pretty crazy because I just watched it last night and today. I watched it, and I know that QAnon people are like promoting it and shit. But, however, when I watched it, it had nothing to do with QAnon. It was just very obvious shit. Like,
Yeah.
the movie is about, so it starts off here. I'm gonna start sharing some screens here. You're not gonna get this other places because other people won't show the actual movie. I'll show the movie because this is fair use. So within this movie, like, you'll see it starts off that people get stolen, like little girls get stolen, and they get put into sexual slavery. And then it starts off with the American government, like the FBI or whatever other force. They see some disgusting pedophile uploading this kind of content. And that's how they start attacking these people. So you can see here. This guy right here. This guy right here, he goes to download some pornography of children, and then he gets busted. And then they break him down, and they find the next level up. So this is just some random American citizen, and it goes towards him, like promising some children from some kind of Colombian cartel. And then it just goes further and further into Colombian cartels. However, is that really how these pedophile rings work within our countries? And I'll tell you something right now that doesn't sound too great. Third world countries. After America destroyed Libya, it became a free-for-all of child trafficking in Libya. Like, basically a slave state. And that was the effect of the American regime.
Yeah. Rip Muammar Gaddafi, what a fucking Chad.
Yeah, and they destroyed him, and they made Libya into a slave state. And this happens all around the fucking globe. It's not even always Americans that do it with their foreign policy. Usually it's just these other countries. They didn't have the touch of the white man. And now they have slaves, they have child sex slaves, because that's just how they operate. So if you're going to tell me that Colombia, deep in Colombia, they have child sex trafficking rings, that I'm going to be even surprised in even the slightest? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to be surprised by this movie that a bunch of fucking South American people have child sex slaves. Just like the Arabs have child sex slaves. We already know this. We already know this.
Yeah,
This
sorry,
mo-
I was looking up something that I might have been able to add, but sorry, go on.
This movie's not telling us anything that we already don't know.
Real, and to be honest, it's very telling to see how I hate calling them left, but like, the ideologically opposed side.
This
won't
whole
even
movie
touch it.
is in Spanish. What does it matter if these things are going on in Colombia? They're stealing Colombian and other South American children. We know that. That's not good. But what this movie, based on how the plot went, is it seems like it's trying to say that we need more UN people to stop the trafficking of children, even though the UN people are probably the people who would be facilitating that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like pro law enforcement in many ways.
So like the typical Hegelian dialectic Jew-controlled opposition that is actually secretly reinforcing this counter-narrative that also happens to be in line with what they want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, the usual neocon tropes. It's like, it's just
Yeah. It feels like they want to have like you need these kinds of FBI or CIA type elements to go and save these children. You need to save the children. That's the kind of feeling that it portrays.
yeah, I could definitely see where, like, I mean, I haven't even watched it, but I could see like kind of where you're getting that vibe.
When I feel like it's probably those people who are involved with it in the first place. Now, I will say right now, the capture of our own governments, like when we think about Epstein type situations, like it's not because they have 11 or 12-year-old girls and then there's freak shows trying to have sex with them. That is definitely a part of it. And I don't know how to exactly impugn each person who's done that kind of thing. However, when we think about what we actually know about the Epstein situations, is that they're trying to get 15, 16-year-olds as prostitutes, and then they push them towards people who are very powerful, and then they use that to capture them, and then to make sure that they are under their wing, that they're under their control. And that's how this underage pedophile campaign actually works, with something that you see like the Epstein situation. And we saw that Epstein didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't kill himself. Like, that's the joke that you hear. But really, what was Epstein connected to? He was the person who was controlling the money of Les Wexner. Les Wexner is a billionaire Jew who's part of the Mega Group. Mega Group is a group of several other multi-billionaire Jews, Zionist Jews, that are protecting Zionist interests. So why hasn't anybody connected Jeffrey Epstein to that situation that's going on where they gave him all his money, but everybody's talking about Epstein? Why isn't everybody talking about where the money came from?
Well,
yes,
exactly.
but it was all Colombians. It was all a bunch of Colombians, and this movie, QAnon or whatever, all the boomers are satisfied, right? I don't know. I don't know how this works.
their appetite for the fucking their QAnon shit has been satiated.
Yes. It's a controlled appetite. So I think I might have got another super chat here. No, I didn't. I'm just checking all the chats for anybody else.
Did we have more topics after the review? I think there's that I'm honestly not trying to be insensitive. I forget his name, that obnoxious fucking black kid. You've still got him on the docket, right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I'll probably got like 15% battery. I should be good for a little bit longer.
Okay, yes, we have Mizzy over. Oh, hold on one sec.
Mizzy. What a fucking decisive. Mizzy is like the most glaringly obvious example of like why we can't coexist.
Well, you're right. This Mizzy guy, I'll just give some a bit of a pretext to him. This is the guy who was like the prankster of Britain, and he started off by like, I guess, leapfrogging over people, and then eventually he leapfrogged over some Jewish guy with their funny hats. So that made it that much worse, right? But he was also breaking and entering into people's houses. He was not breaking in.
Oh,
but
that was the fucking literally, dude. You are the fucking reason I lock my door. Because he's just walking into people's houses that are open.
Right, yeah. He's walking.
I'm like watching. I'm like, am I wrong? I fuck.
Yeah. This guy just walks into people's houses. And
You sent me. It's like, fuck, dude. Like,
sorry, you're cutting in and out, and it's just freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah, no, my internet's getting a little fucked again. I think now might be a good time for me to head out, but I'll fucking I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say about Mizzy. It was probably gonna be a little inappropriate anyway, so maybe good I go now.
Well, no worries. If you can't keep your internet up at this point, then that's fine. If you want to leave. All right. Well, thank you for coming out here.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. It was a good one. Hopefully, when you get moved and all, your setup will be good, and we'll be able to do some more streams in the future.
All right, sounds good, brother.
All right, well, enjoy and have a good night, you fucking bigots.
All right, take her easy, man.
Peace.
All right. All right. So we have pieced out him now. Hold on one second. I just need to make sure all my shit is working correctly. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to play some music and then I'll be right back.
our nature to kill, kill, kill. It's in our nature to destroy ourselves. It's in our nature to kill ourselves. It's in our nature to kill each other. It's in our nature to kill, kill, kill. Again and again. Corruption and abuse, the salesman of our blood, for the public's craving, existence in the dark. It's in our nature to destroy ourselves. It's in our nature to kill ourselves. It's in our nature to kill each other. It's in our nature to kill, 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 kill. It's in our nature to destroy ourselves. It's in our nature to kill ourselves. It's in our nature to kill each other. It's in our nature to kill.
All right, well, I'm back. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna admit I'm pretty drunk right now, but I'm gonna try to cover one more thing before we go, and it's pretty interesting. So hold on, let me just pull this up. You guys are gonna laugh at this. The forward. So, if you guys don't know what the forward is, this is one of the world's most prominent Jewish magazines. It says, "Can we cure anti-Semitism with Molly?" Now, I covered this a few weeks ago, and what the basis of the story was that there's these guys from Identity Europa, and there was this one guy in particular who he got doxxed, he got fucked with, his whole life was fucked with, and then he applied to some drug program where he was allowed to take MDMA, Molly, in like an experimental situation. And then he wrote the people who were doing the experimentation for him, he wrote them a note saying that, like, your Molly saved me from racism. And I was one of the top guys at Charlottesville or something like that. So they've been using this as a story since that to say that psychedelic drugs are going to help people get away from racism. So now, it started like with The Guardian and other mainstream media news outlets using him as a source. But now it's come to The Forward. The Forward is a Jewish outlet, and this is what they have to say about it. It's very interesting. So they say that how MDMA changed one neo-Nazi. The most promising evidence of MDMA's effect on hate was discovered by accident during the conclusion of a 2020 UFC double-blind study of the effect of MDMA on social touch. One participant, known as Brendan, revealed to researchers that he led the Midwest branch of Identity Europa, a white nationalist group that played a key role in the 2017 Unite the Right rally, and that MDMA had led him to a life-changing revelation. So that's what I was saying before, is that they're expounding upon this one guy that they've used for this situation. And he goes on to say, love is the most important thing. Nothing matters without love. So this Forward magazine, this Jewish publication, goes on to say that this strange and very Jewish story of the love drug. So, I don't know, these are their words in the Forward magazine. I'm not making this up. They say, the first synthesized by a Merck. So this is one of the companies that founded the vaccines too. So first synthesized by a Merck pharmaceutical chemist in 1911, MDMA sat unexplored for decades until Alexander Shulgin, a California pharmacologist whose family fled persecution in Tsarist Russia, began experimenting with its psychedelic substance. This substance stimulated, but was not a stimulant, he wrote. It disinhibited without being an intoxicant. It helped to express feelings and emotions more freely, but without impairing self-control. So, yes, that is true. MDMA does make you feel a certain type of way without, like, completely impairing your self-control like alcohol does. However, I think they're taking this kind of the wrong way. Now, here's what the article goes on to say. It says, enter Rick Doblin, the activist founder of the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. So that's MAPS. So this is a new organization that calls itself MAPS. It's not the other MAPS. This is a new MAPS. So after being introduced to MDMA by one of its pioneering users, Dr. Doblin, then a psychology undergraduate, began a multi-decade pathway towards FDA approval of MDMA research and use. And he says that he was born into a conservative Jewish family in Chicago. He learned that oppressive rules are made to be broken while delivering prayer books to Soviet Jews in the 1970s. So, I don't even know what they're trying to get at with this. But basically, I guess they're trying to break the rules of society with this shit. I don't exactly know what they're trying to get at here. But I have to say that I'm not going to read the rest of this article. I just realized that I have so much highlighted here that I'm not willing to read. So I'm going to see what people are saying in the chat. So I'll say one last thing about this article. Like, they're trying to say that I think there's a really big push for the establishment to say that we could get people on MDMA and then it'll make people disavow their racist leanings or whatever else, or MDMA will cure racism. And that's like one of the craziest things I've ever heard, because like, to them, racism, it doesn't mean anything. Like, when you actually look at to what's going on in these people's lives, especially this one guy who is basically a guy who got doxxed by Antifa, he got attacked by Antifa and by the system, and then he lost his job. He lost connection with his family because they made him out to be such a bad guy that he had no other opportunity but to other suck up to becoming a leftist and using MDMA as a prop in this study that he got involved with, or just anything else, anything beyond the direction he was already going in. So that's what his life amounted to at that point. But I think I've talked about as much as that I could talk about tonight, and I will lead you guys off with some stuff, with some songs that you may like. So have a good night, everybody.